Have you ever felt her slipping away? Like no matter what you say, she's just fading? One wrong word, one moment of silence too long, and it feels like she might be gone forever. But what if I told you there's one simple text, yes, just one, that can pull her back, reignite that spark, and make her heart reach for you again? Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to say and why it works every single time. Watch till the very last second and don't forget to comment your location. Let me know where you're watching from and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the secrets that actually work. The moment you sense her pulling away isn't random. It's a signal that something in the emotional dynamic has shifted. Maybe her replies have slowed. Maybe her laughter feels a little less warm. Maybe the spark you used to feel in her words has dimmed. And if you ignore these signs, if you brush them off thinking, she'll come back eventually, you're missing the most critical window to reconnect. Emotional withdrawal isn't just about distance. It's about what she's feeling inside, and your awareness of it is what can make the difference. It's easy to panic at this point. You might be tempted to overcompensate, flood her with messages, apologies, or promises. But desperation is a smell we instinctively detect. It pushes people further away, even when your intentions are pure. Instead, the first step is observation. Notice the patterns, not just the behaviors. Is she distracted, preoccupied, or just quiet? Understanding the difference is key. Silence doesn't always mean rejection. Sometimes it's a reflection of her internal struggle, of the things she's processing and how she's questioning her own feelings. Recognizing her withdrawal also requires you to step back and reflect on the emotional space between you. Ask yourself honestly, have you been present, genuinely engaged, emotionally aligned? Or have your interactions become transactional, routine, predictable? Humans crave connection that feels meaningful, not convenient. When someone begins to pull away, it's often a subtle signal that the connection has lost some of its depth. By noticing this early, you give yourself the chance to recalibrate, not by chasing, but by strategically creating curiosity and emotional resonance. There's a psychological truth here that many overlook. We respond most powerfully to emotional awareness. If you can sense what she's feeling without forcing it, you position yourself as someone emotionally intelligent, someone who doesn't just react but understands. This awareness allows you to craft your next move thoughtfully, rather than impulsively. You're no longer just sending messages, you're communicating with intention, with the understanding of her inner world, and that is profoundly magnetic. Ultimately, the first step in pulling her back isn't the perfect text or the clever line. It's the recognition, the empathy, the patience, and the confidence to observe without panic. It's about being aware of the emotional rhythm and preparing yourself to meet her where she is, not where you wish she were. Awareness precedes action. Insight precedes influence. And when you grasp this, you hold the quiet power to turn distance into desire. Remember this: noticing her pulling away is not a sign of failure, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to connect on a deeper level, to demonstrate emotional mastery, and to show her, without words at first, that you see her, that you understand her, and that you're someone worth coming back to. Once you've recognized the signs of her pulling away, the question becomes, what do you do with that awareness? How do you shift the energy from distance to engagement without seeming desperate or overbearing? This is where the art of crafting the right text comes in. It's not about clever tricks or manipulative lines. It's about speaking to her emotions in a way that is authentic, thoughtful, and deeply resonant. The right text has the power to remind her of why she connected with you in the first place, to reignite curiosity and warmth, and to subtly pull her back into the space she began to retreat from. Timing matters more than most people realize. A message sent too soon after a cold exchange can feel pushy, too late, and the window of emotional receptivity may have closed. There's a delicate rhythm to communication that mirrors the natural flow of human emotion. By observing her pace and the subtle cues she gives, you can align your words with the moment when she is most open to connection. This is not coincidence. It is emotional intelligence in action. It demonstrates that you are attuned to her world, that you notice the subtleties, and that you act with purpose rather than reaction. Content, however, is the heart of the message. The text that pulls someone back doesn't plead, it evokes. It can be playful, teasing, or nostalgic, something that sparks positive emotion rather than guilt or obligation. Think about shared memories, inside jokes, moments where laughter and closeness were natural. A single line that reminds her of these experiences can shift her mindset from distance to engagement almost instantly. It's a gentle nudge, not a demand. It's confidence and clarity, wrapped in empathy. Tone carries weight beyond the words themselves. Your text should feel light, yet meaningful, confident, yet approachable. It should hint at your presence without crowding her space. The psychological principle at work here is simple. Humans are drawn to those who balance interest with independence, attention with emotional stability. When you strike this balance in a text, it becomes magnetic. It invites her back rather than forcing her. You're no longer chasing, you're creating an opening, a safe space for her to reconnect on her own terms. Ultimately, crafting this text is not about manipulation, it's about communication with emotional depth. You are taking your awareness from key point one and turning it into action, but action that respects both her space and your integrity. One well-crafted message can reorient her feelings, shift her perception, and reestablish connection in a way that is natural, meaningful, and lasting. Remember this, the text itself is just a spark. Its real power comes from the emotional intelligence behind it, the timing, and the resonance it creates. Done right, it doesn't just pull her back. It reminds her of you in a way she can't ignore, reigniting a connection that feels effortless and real. Sending the right text is only the beginning. What follows, how you carry yourself afterward, determines whether that reconnection takes hold or slips away again. It's tempting to obsess over every word, to analyze the timing of her replies, or to create scenarios in your head about what she might be thinking. But the truth is, overthinking breaks the natural flow of human connection. Emotional balance and self-confidence are the anchors that keep her drawn in, even when she hesitates or pulls back momentarily. How you respond to distance is more powerful than the text itself. Confidence here isn't arrogance, it's grounded calmness. It's the understanding that her response is a reflection of her own emotions, not a judgment on your worth. By maintaining your own emotional stability, you demonstrate that you are someone secure in themselves, someone whose presence feels safe, magnetic, and intriguing. People are instinctively drawn to those who are emotionally self-contained because they offer space without pressure and attention without neediness. This is where many fail. They chase, they plead, they seek validation, but true influence is quiet, patient, and deliberate. Patience is equally crucial. Giving her room to process and respond naturally shows respect for her autonomy. It's tempting to fill silence with repeated messages or explanations, but doing so often backfires. Instead, allow the text you sent to do its work and focus on your own life, interests, and growth. The energy you radiate when you're genuinely engaged in your own world communicates value and independence. It's a subtle yet powerful psychological cue. You are not defined by her attention, and yet you are worth her attention. Finally, remember that attraction is not a sprint, it's a rhythm. Your ability to maintain emotional balance after sending the right message solidifies the connection. She is more likely to engage fully when she senses your patience, your confidence, and your consistency. You are no longer chasing a reaction, you are creating a space where genuine connection can flourish. At the end of the day, pulling her back is not about clever texts alone. It's about the combination of awareness, emotional intelligence, and self-assured presence. When you master this balance, the connection you reignite feels natural, lasting, and deeply compelling. The true power lies not in the words you send, but in the person you become while waiting for her to respond.